Martin was a civil rights, democracy, and anti-racism activist in the United States. This is what he said about Israel.
The whole world must see that Israel must exist and has a right to exist and is one of the great outposts of democracy in the world.
He understood that Israel is a beacon of freedom, liberalism, and democracy in the Middle East.
As far as Yasser Arafat is concerned, I explained to Mr. Sigmund that we identify with the PLO because just like ourselves, they are fighting for the right of self-determination.
7 years in and out of Gaza, it became apparent to all of us who were reporting that you can't. I mean, these people have been locked inside this concentration camp, let's call it for what it is, for 22 years. Many of those fighters who burst through those barriers had never been outside of Gaza their entire life. And you can't, and this was a theme that we kept reporting, although we were ignored, you can't brutalize these people week in and week out, month in and month out, year in and year out.
He understood that Israel is a beacon of freedom, liberalism, and democracy in the Middle East.
The state of Israel does not represent all Jews, and certainly does not represent the Jewish religion. According to Jewish religion, all of this is criminal. All of this is forbidden. Basics of Jewish belief teaches that Jews are in a divinely decreed exile. We are even forbidden to create a sovereignty for ourselves. But especially when this is by killing, stealing, oppressing an entire people. This is not only criminal according to international law. This is a true violation of Judaism. And still, those people who choose not to follow Judaism misuse that very same religion to justify all those crimes forbidden in Judaism. The root cause is this criminal occupation which is oppressing an entire people.
He understood that Israel is a beacon of freedom, liberalism, and democracy in the Middle East.
35 by the grandfather of Mayor Rabbi Hirsch.
We do not recognize the Zionist entity nor its occupation. We think this is unfair and dishonest. The Zionists took over this land by force and in blood.
He understood that Israel is a beacon of freedom, liberalism, and democracy in the Middle East.
All those who do not follow the way of Torah eventually disappeared. And this is what will happen to the Zionist state soon.
إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وأوفوا بعهدي أوف بعهدكم وإياي فارهبون وآمنوا بما أنزلت مصدقا لما معكم ولا تكونوا أول كافر به ولا تشتروا بآياتي ثمنا قليلا وإياي فاتقون ولا تلبسوا الحق بالباطل وتكتموا الحق وأنتم تعلمون وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة واركعوا مع الراكعين أتأمرون الناس بالبر وتنسون أنفسكم وأنتم تتلون الكتاب أفلا تعقلون واستعينوا بالصبر والصلاة وإنها لكبيرة إلا على الخاشعين